Christina Judith Perri is an American singer-songwriter and musician from Philadelphia. Her debut single Jar of Hearts charted after it was featured on the Fox television show So You Think You Can Dance in 2010. The single went on to sell over 3 million copies in the United States and was a hit around the world. In the UK, it reached number 3 on the charts and spent over 3 months in the UK Top 40. A few months later, Perri released her first extended play, The Ocean Way Sessions. After Jar of Hearts began to gather a large amount of attention, Perri signed a record deal with Atlantic Records. Her debut album, Lovestrong, was released on May 10, 2011. In 2012, she wrote and recorded 1,000 Years for the film The Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 1, and it appears on the accompanying soundtrack. The song went on to sell over 4 million copies in the United States, being certified for a platinum. Her second EP, A Very Merry Perri Christmas, was released in October 2012. Perri's second studio album, Head or Heart, was released on April 1, 2014. Its lead single, Human, was released on November 18, 2013. Early life: Perri grew up in Bensalem, Pennsylvania with her older brother, Nick Perri, who formerly played guitar with Shinedown, Silvertide, Perry Farrell and Matt Sorum. Her father is from Italy and mother from Poland. She graduated from Archbishop Ryan High School in 2004. She taught herself how to play guitar as a 16-year-old by watching a videotape of Shannon Hoon from the group Blind Melon performing on VH1. She frequently sang and acted in musical theatre as a child. Perri cited her brother as having a large influence on her early musical work, saying that he introduced her to rock music including Guns N' Roses, which would later inspire her music. She also claims to have learned to play piano and guitar because she missed hearing music being played in the house when he moved away. According to Perri, whenever she played the guitar or piano, she would sing and all of a sudden these songs would appear. Early career: Perri moved to Los Angeles, California on her 21st birthday. According to Perri, she felt terrified of being over 3,000 miles away from her family, saying that she cried her eyes out every day. Later that year she married, moved to Florida and began to produce music videos for a living. She divorced 18 months later and moved into a small apartment on her own to focus entirely on working on music. She moved back to Philadelphia by the end of 2009. It was during this time that she wrote Jar of Hearts. She later moved back to Los Angeles, waitressing at the Melrose Cafe during the day and recording at night. 2010 Euro 2012, Lovestrong, Perri's song Jar of Hearts was featured on So You Think You Can Dance during the June 30, 2010 show in a performance by Billy Bell and Catherine McCormick. Perri's friend Kelty Colleen passed the song to show choreographer Stacey Tookey, as Perri was unsigned at the time. Perri and Colleen watched the performance in the audience. Following its exposure on the show, Jar of Hearts sold 48,000 digital copies in its first week, debuting on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 63 and reaching number 28 on Billboard's Hot Digital Songs. Within a month, it had sold more than 100,000 copies. The song peaked at number 17 on the Hot 100. Following the success of Jar of Hearts, Perri signed a deal with Atlantic Records on July 21, 2010. She recorded an EP titled The Ocean Way Sessions that was released on November 9, 2010. The second single from Perri's debut album, Arms, was released on March 15, 2011. She released her debut album, Lovestrong, on May 10, 2011. It debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200, with first-week sales of 58,000 copies. In the United Kingdom, Lovestrong was the 13th highest-selling debut album of 2011. In July 2011, Perri embarked on her first world tour, the Lovestrong Tour, which lasted for almost exactly a year and consisted of 71 dates. Perri released her single 1,000 Years, which appeared on the soundtrack of The Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 1, on October 18, 2011. The song debuted at number 63 on the Billboard Hot 100 and peaked at number 31, but has been certified for a platinum with over 4 million sales in the US alone since. The song is Perri's most successful single to date. The album's third and final single, Distance, was released on March 20, 2012. Perri also announced in San Juan, Puerto Rico during her Lovestrong tour that she had begun to work on her second studio album. In addition, in late 2012 Perri was the opening act for Jason Mraz's concert tour, the Love is a Four-Letter Word Tour, across continental North America in 2012. On August 1, 2012, she announced via Facebook that she would be releasing a Christmas EP titled A Very Merry Perri Christmas and that the EP would be released on October 16, 2012. The album consisted of one original song, Something About December, which served as the lead single, as well as 4 covers. Perri re-recorded 1,000 Years for the Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 2 soundtrack with guest vocals from Steve Casey, titled 1,000 Years, PT2. On May 14, 2013, she received the BMI Award for her song 1,000 Years at the 61st Annual BMI Pop Awards held in Beverly Hills, California, 2013. Present, Head or Heart. In 2013, Perri began regularly tweeting and posting pictures on Instagram regarding her second studio album's progress using the hashtag #AlbumTrue. In February, Perri partnered with the non-profit organization To Write Love on Her Arms on a 3-stop tour to raise money for the charity and debuted a brand new song from her second studio album, titled I Believe, at the shows. On June 21, Perri tweeted announcing that the second album was coming together. On November 11, 2013, Perri announced that her first single from her new album is called Human. The song was released on November 18, 2013 on iTunes. Perri performed the song on the Queen Latifah show the same day. On November 28, 2013, Perri revealed that her second studio album would be titled Head or Heart and it is due to be released on April 1, 2014. On May 29, it was announced that she would open Demi Lovato's new North American World Tour's dates. Perri later announced that her second concert tour would be titled the Head or Heart Tour, which began in April 2014. Discography. Studio albums, 2011, Lovestrong, 2014, Head or Heart, concert tours, headlining, Lovestrong Tour, Head or Heart Tour, opening act, Demi World Tour, references. External links, official website, Christina Perri on Twitter.